I believe
So
Dramatic effect again.
I believe that we are on the verge of a new genre of music coming out of Jamaica.
Hot take.
Maybe
Reggae.
reggae and dancehall merge. Maybe the influences of outside music mix in. Yo, there's enough time when me sit on with Chronics and sit on with Protege and I'll coffee when me sit on. I'm gonna say, yo, I don't think what you're doing is reggae. I don't think this is reggae anymore. Fire.
I want to go back to the Grammy talk that
I
you
mean, they want to
had.
revisit soca actually.
Yeah,
Versus dance.
Yeah, let's do
You
that.
really think them will get
I
a
do.
separate category?
I do.
don't think so.
I think
I
that
think them
their
impact
music-
the world like dance.
No, I think that's fair enough to say, and I think that's why they won't get it.
it's very niche.
I think that they
still.
are very niche, and I think that their music has not impacted the world. They don't really have a Bob Marley or a Shaba or a Shaggy who has done
Sean Paul.
Sean Paul, who has done globally, has received the attention.
And it
right?
hasn't infiltrated like even the popular music like dancehall has. So
I
you hear the
see that-
dancehall inflections
Sorry.
and
Right.
influence it.
I see that in America, that's where we're talking, where they're getting parades. Because even the other day, I think it was in Canada, Toronto, one of them, I don't remember, where there was like a street parade and it was Marshall Montana. It was very carnival, soca.
Yeah, Caravana.
Yeah,
one
I
of them
guess that
something,
was it,
yeah.
right? So it was all soca music. So I'm thinking like it's gaining traction now. Maybe you think it could be changing.
Let's be very clear. Amongst African people in the African diaspora, soca is a thing.
Okay.
And soca's become bigger and bigger and bigger every year. In Africa, I'm hearing soca. Throughout the Caribbean, I'm hearing soca. Central America, South America, soca's playing. Grammys is white young girls.
You think that's who they're really
Or
targeting?
white old men.
As in that them spend the money, I own it. But the driving force
Oh.
is 14-year-old white girls.
So if the 14-year-old white girls can jig up to,
If they don't reach
if I
them
come out
yet,
to
it just don't
FaceTime
reach them
out,
yet. Yeah, man, it just don't reach them. But I
Okay.
believe that when it will, it's going to sweep.
Okay.
It's simple, effective, fun. You feel a positivity. It's a energy. It's a friendship. It's a camaraderie that soca has. That I believe anybody that gives it a try becomes a fan of it. I do believe that dancehall has a lot of dark sides to it.
Yeah.
And so somebody that's a fan of
ever
dancehall,
ranging. That's why I
which
like
is
it.
good, which is why we love it.
Gamut, yeah.
And so maybe soca needs that. Maybe soca needs some darker and controversial.
I think my issue with my gripe with soca is just like, as you say, it's just really one dimensional,
One
high
mode.
tempo, high energy, when life
it can be one
isn't
dimensional.
necessarily just one way. You need to experience something. So I love dancehall where you have a full range of
of topics.
emotions,
Yeah, man.
and especially if your artist can tap into all that range,
Yeah.
is a phenomenal.
Soca is kind. I want to say is what it is, right? It's a celebration
yeah,
rooted in
I'll applaud that. Yeah.
African expression. And so when you have that as the base of it, it's very difficult to stray from that without the people who are foundations in it saying, "No, man, don't do that," which is happening in every music, which is a good topic to talk about, which I love to talk about right here on Nightly Fix, because I believe this is the #1 show in the world.
Thank you.
So I'll transition from that to
Yeah.
say, I believe
So
Dramatic effect again.
I believe that we are on the verge of a new genre of music coming out of Jamaica.
Hot take.
talk about it, Walshy. What do you think it is?
I don't know what it is.
You think
I
that
don't
we
know
use-
what it is yet.
Don't know what it is. If we have done
May I agree with you there, actually.
calypso, soca,
People are saying trap
Mental.
dance.
Trap that, like it kind of creating a new type
maybe,
of sound. Yeah.
right? But we've gone through genre after genre after genre after genre of music, and right now we have reggae and dancehall. Let's say Toots them start call it reggae in the 60s. Let's say that, right? Oh, my math's not perfect. Give me how much years that now?
No, don't ask Harry that.
Almost
Matt
60?
was not perfect.
No, yes, it's 60.
Almost 60 years.
2020. Yes, my mom, 1960. She's 59.
yeah.
So yes.
Yeah, man. So almost 60
You
years.
think your
let's
mama
say.
appreciated that?
She's proud.
Let's just say 60
She's
years.
old. She living.
Shout out to moms.
Yeah.
60 years of reggae.
Yeah. That's a long time.
It's a long time for one genre of music.
Yeah.
And for no other genre of music to spin out of it, that's not Jamaican. That's not us. You know, that's innately not us. You know, something.
Now, what would you say about dancer? Didn't it?
Same thing.
Yeah, spin.
Somehow, maybe
Reggae.
reggae and dancehall merge. Maybe the influences of outside music mix in. Yo, there's enough time when me sit on with Chronics and sit on with Protege and I'll coffee when me sit on. I'm gonna say, yo, I don't think what you're doing is reggae. I don't think this is reggae anymore. You know?
I think with Protege too. Protege is definitely Protege Kabaka.
Them
They're
one that-
definitely influenced by
There's something different. Now,
Like even
not
likes,
just reggae.
Likes is it's difficult to say what exactly that song was in terms of between
sound?
dancehall and reggae.
Right. Yeah.
It sounds like it could live in both.
And I think
realms.
Chronics has always, ever since he
always
come
lived
out, he's
between
always
them,
been the
Right.
merge
So
between
anyone
them.
out there, if you ever get a chance, go listen to the first mixtape I did with Chronics called Starter Fire. And you'll hear Chronics insanely versatile. And from that time is when my mind started to say, yo, I don't think these kids are doing reggae or dancehall anymore. They're doing something new. Then the name Reggae Vival came. I actually liked that name. I actually still like that name. I actually think that they should have run with that name. But I think that the artists that were getting labeled Reggae Vival artists were felt like they weren't paying homage to reggae.
Yeah.
I felt like them did. I said, boy, you know, something feel like me I disrespect reggae.
And like then they get tired of that.
Yeah, then they get tired. But
that phrase.
I think that there's like every single phrase that I've seen come up is not the artist them give them that name there, you know. It's somehow in somebody in the media, some journalist,
Yeah.
and everybody goes,
Kind-
that's a good
kind
name.
term, yeah.
Anybody out there in America that's watching this, you know and I know, trap was not trap. Trap was never trap. It wasn't until some journalist,
Oh, put his name on it.
somebody somewhere,
Okay.
maybe some white person somewhere twerking. Anybody in the world knows, so we never call that twerking.
Twerking, yeah.
That
Call it
never
whining.
shaking, booty shaking.
shaking.
Yo, whole heap of name fit, you know. But when it became twerking is when it had a official name now. Now it's like,
They gave it something Miley.
right, now every little white girl in America can put her hands on her
name it
knees
at the-
and
at
say,
the
this is
global
what I'm doing, mom.
zeitgeist.
Right. Because if you look at, like, twerking is a good example. We weren't but a few years before when Sir Mix-a-Lot came out with I Like Big Butts and I Cannot Lie. And remember the intro for that song there, you know, where the girl said, Becky. Look at her butt.
White girl
my
look on the black girl's ass.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting. That was an actual energy. That's how everybody felt when they saw a black woman,
White woman.
or a
White woman look on a black girl.
South American woman's body. That's how they felt. They were like, Jano, this is you look disgusting with that shape. Only a few years later,
Everybody wants
somebody say, yo,
thanks
you know,
to Kim Kardashian.
maybe, right? But who knows? Maybe there's a lot of people that did a lot of groundwork before it reached Kim Kardashian. But yeah, maybe we can say Kim Kardashian
she
was
was
the person
the first white
who said, look, a
woman,
white
yeah.
girl, yo, we don't even know this, you know? You know? And all of them were like, oh, yeah, big lips. Oh, I don't have that. I need to go get that.
And Angelina Jolie, she was the one that had big lips, yeah, big
So,
pose, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
not first, but
everything has that spark, that origin, right? And then it goes to the masses. And I think that soca is there, right? It's got a spark. What's going to take it to the masses? I don't know. Same thing with the genre of music that I think is going to emerge soon.
from
The
Jamaica.
spark is there. Something agwan. But I'm not the person to call it. I'm not the person to name it because I am not an artist of it. I'm a producer of it. I could be a manager of some artists in it, but them fi give it a name.
can you give it a sound? Can you give us just the beat, the sound, the name?
I think
not
that
the
what
name,
you
but
said.
the sound.
I think that what you said
it
is exactly it. It's a reggae hip hoppy sound. It's
Okay.
you know, when I listen to everything that Winter James does, who's a producer. Winter's
Protege,
one,
big producer.
yeah, man. Winter is maybe what I consider the sound of the reggae revival movement, which again, I love that name. I think that name, because when you look at like reggaeton, you know, much people don't even see the reggae again. Globally, you say reggaeton, they do not see the reggae in the reggaeton. They don't. The mind doesn't say, "Oh, so this come from reggae." Their mind does not say that. Their mind says reggaeton. It's strong. It stands on its own.
Yeah.
It's developed its own thing. So when you listen to El General sing Muy Vela, and them song there, and
I would more think me gente.
yeah, me gente, or pum pum man me mami no me. Them song there. Them song maybe don't sound nothing like reggaeton now.
Yeah.
But everybody that I call that was the initial, that was reggaeton. That's what him did I call it.
Yeah.
That's what the journalists I call it. Them say, yo, this music coming from Panama.
I was saying that because what's your name again? Easy now, Calambra, that's the name of the song.
Natasha, she died.
Yes,
Rest in
I
peace.
remember she
Her
died,
name was
yeah.
originally Little Tash.
Yes.
And then she changed her name to Natasha
Yeah.
and passed in a car accident.
So
correct.
that song was reggaeton, right? But it was
could have
so
been, yeah, man.
dancehall.
It could have been, right? Like it
Yeah.
was a weird gray area until they found their sound.
Yeah.
And now we know. Could be dancehall to us, but to them is reggaeton. You know?
Sounded so dancehall.
I think that what's happening is me speaking this into the universe on an internationally, globally hit show like this one, number one show in the world.
They were humbling.
Two greatest hosts,
I feel like he's lying.
two people that have put in
You don't even
groundwork
talk up, sir.
to elevate the entire
Are you
genre,
talking like,
nation.
like this about us in your circles?
Absolutely. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. Come in and do no show. Go check. Me not do no show.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, damn show you me do because
Yeah.
it's the number one show. So if I'm speaking this into the universe and hopefully tens of hundreds of thousands of people will watch this, bump this to number one. I believe that enough people will hear this who are also musicians and say, yo, say he's right. What I'm doing really isn't reggae. It really isn't dancehall. And if reggae's been around for 60 years, and dancehall's been around for, let's say, 40.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say late 70s. Let's say that. So 50 years. That's not Jamaican. We not do that. We not sticking at something like that for so long. It's not in our nature.
Right.
Somebody I go step out and say, "No man, watch I knew something here." We not do one dance for so long.
That's true.
We not do that. We not use one word and slangs for so long. When a slang come in now and we see everybody I do it, our next slang come right behind it and
Bruff
take over
is
the
it?
place.
No, I think Bruff is out.
Bruff.
I hear Bruff in the new year, and I think Bruff is
Bruff gone
waning now.
Right.
Is it gone
I
already?
don't know, but it just feel like it's soon done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But but there I think like even toast is it no sound reggae.
It's not
I
really
don't really sound
dancehall-y. It's not really reggae.
And the sound will really carry that
And
like
it don't even sound like it's like a hip hop or a pop or popular music, R&B. Like it really is a unique blend.
And big up to Izzy Beats.
Yeah. Okay.
In producer beat there.
okay.
Bad producer. And when Izzy sent me the beat, late 2000, I'd say like maybe almost like fall 2017, somewhere around there. And at that time, I'd already been going back and forth with Coffee. I met Coffee through Reggaeville. Big up Reggaeville, because me and him were doing some mixtapes, and he was like, yo, there's another artist I think you should work with. Her name is Coffee, and he sent me the YouTube videos and stuff. And at that time, she was managed by Palmer. Big up Palmer. And I reached out. I think Reggaeville actually reached out and connected me and Palmer. And so like fall of 2017 is when I started to work with Coffee. Like she used to come on my yard. We used to go over rhythm and she start write everything. She's a great writer. She puts everything into every
She's
single
young
song.
too, because that time
She just
when you
turned
met her, she's
19,
16.
17. them
and she
time.
writes all our stuff.
Yeah, man, writes all her stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So when I met her, she was 17, 2017. And she really, every line is, oh man, it's crafted. So you have that, you have this new sound that Izzy was making. You have them together. I gave her that beat late 2017. All right, might have been latest. It might have been January 2000, something like that. Cause him give me the beat late 2000, like fall 2017. So me start work with Coffee. So I know I probably played it, and she probably start right to it. Them time, but we had our first drafts like late 2017. 2018 it start. Holy Rhythm she start right upon everything, and she was somebody that I literally would sit at my kitchen table and look and say, yo, this artist, is one of the baddest thing me ever seen.
So from you heard her, you knew that she was
because
gonna
of the energy, the passion in every line.
On the first time I see her, I say that
she bad. Every line. You can tell, she say, yo, this means something. There's no throwaway bars. Every line means something. And so I think that she's going to be a great leader in this. You've got Protege, you've got Chronix, you've got all of the people, Kabaka, you got Jesse Royal, you got everybody who I think push the music forward. And I think that movement forward will eventually have its own name and begin an entire new movement. Of which maybe we'll have an award show for that movement, since we can't get an award show for nothing else. Yeah. Also, when you look at the Grammys, or you look at the iTunes chart, sorry, not the Grammys, the iTunes or the Spotify playlist, it's very stifling to be in the reggae category. You're not going to ever beat Bob Marley,
it's hard
guys.
for people to identify.
You're never going to beat Bob Marley. If you want to get number one, you're going to get number one for a day and come right off.
Wow.
You're going to see Bob Marley 1 through 8. And then you see Shaggy and you see one other person.
Yeah.
And so when you think about the impact of the world, of something that, and I would like to debate this in the comments. I'm going to check these comments and actually, I got time. I got time with you guys.
It's
I got
successful.
time. It's about, yo, no, I'm going to feel bad, I feel bad today. No, but I approach with love. I approach with love.
It's going to be good.
I would love to debate in the comment section or on my Instagram. At Walshy Fire. Yeah. But I'm gonna try and find a time. Who's the greatest artist in the world? Who's the greatest? Sorry. Pull up.
That roll.
Before I misspeak. The most influential artist in the world. And Bob Marley has to be a part of that conversation.
Pretty much.
Regardless of who you think, right? Bob Marley has to be a part of that conversation for all the reasons that we're not going to go over here. So imagine having one of those people in your genre of music. Oh, wow. Who I think actually wins that award. So if you say Michael Jackson are the most influential, I would say nope.
No.
And I will debate you on it. All right? But I'm not going to here, not going to do it now, but I will in the comment section. I will debate you on it. And I look at a lot of things, and one of them is the legacy of now. How many pop artists have come along and done extremely great works and done some... Bob Marley stands alone. Alone. So
and just because of the reggae, how he's still able to be the top and I guess the most revered and loved reggae art, compared to other
global.
genres.
Everybody in the world, you go across any city in the world,
they have a
you go
Bob
see
Marley,
a mural, you go see a T-shirt. You know, I see no mural for no other artists. Not Tupac, not Biggie. Well,
that's gonna be in America, but not across the globe.
You're not gonna go Africa and Sweden and see it.
I take your word for it because I've never been those places.
You'll see Che Guevara.
We need a
Bob Marley. Them
checker.
two Monday.
Wow.
You're gonna see them face everywhere.
Okay.
Zine? And so there's something about a revolutionary movement that everybody rallies behind. Michael didn't really have that revolutionary movement.
Many people saw or thought that Michael was like a sellout. You know,
a lot. Come on.
He
No.
changed his
Let's call it what it is, guys. Everybody can vex if they want vex. If you go from being a very, very, very dark-skinned person,
big nose person,
to changing your nose, your skin, your hair,
ignorant.
and even your children
just
don't
ignorant.
have any of those features.
You ignorant, Walshy.
Something close to sellout. If you're not gonna say sellout, something in that region, you can circle the sellout block.
You just ignorant.
I'll find out. You know?
What's
but
so
no,
cock?
differently still love Michael Jackson because I'm doing enough him hold up the whole thing for everybody, him sacrifice for everybody.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is that it's very stifling, I think. And so since there is no category for dancehall, every dancehall artist have to follow on the reggae and Grammys. And I reiterate, we need to not make Grammys so important, but just for the conversation's sake. I think a new genre of music is going to come out. And when it does, You guys heard it first. You guys heard we had this conversation first here.
Okay, 2 questions. First questions. I hear you talking about like coffee and protege, and I mean for now, since there's no word in the lexicon for who they are, but they're reggae artists for now. You know, I don't really hear you talking about any dancehall artists. Like any dancehall artists you think that catch your ears, make you like
So many.
the vibe.
Yeah, man, so many. I think Massacre, Governor are the 2 main, like, every song I'm like, yo,
New school.
bad,
That's
right? But, you know, somebody said something the other day and them say, yo, dancehall, I get mashed up. And I was listening to the reasoning. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, right? They don't want to hear that because it don't sound good to the ear.
And I guess
But
it's
if
just not to cut it, it's just to say that to them it's changing and it's
Right,
always
I
like an
think
older
that-
person.
Yeah, man, I think that
not-
what we have to do is
Yeah.
let music breathe. Let the artist breathe. What we do a lot of the times is, and I always use this example, a pillow. We hug it. We say, mine, 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 mine. We don't want nobody else sleep with it. We just want hug it and we don't want to share it. And so when a non-Jamaican artist does it, we start look side. We're like, nah, man, what is? When a different sound comes up, when a artist with a different topic comes up, because a lot of people have to remember the main reasons why reggae and dancehall exploded and became so popular were the topics were so relevant to what was happening at the time.
True.
Poor people, newspaper. That's what that music is. So what happens
I
now
like
when?
that for people newspaper.
So what happens when that music now no longer has these topics from 40, 30, 20, 10 years ago? For instance, ganja song. Biggest forward in a dance just a couple of years ago. Anybody say, yo, who said weed forget legalized? Pam, pam, pam. Now, you kind of look around and say, well,
yeah, it's cool.
we're not really going to give you a forward for that anymore because we've
reached
progressed.
this one,
Yeah, we've progressed. So what's next? So
Free vibes got it.
yeah, man. So a lot of so all of the artists that are singing, all of the artists that are popular now, they have to find new movements. They have to find new revolutions, and I think we're in an area where the revolutions are not so strong. An artist today cannot say, "Yo,
true.
run the rhythm." Mega boycott Gucci. Gone today, gone tomorrow, right? Up today, gone tomorrow. So it's like, all right, that's still already. You know,
Like even the gun thing, people kind of move off of that.
Nobody's doing that anymore, right?
Yeah.
When a dancehall
Violence
artist
has
do
its
a
place,
gun
but not
song,
all
no,
the
you
time.
almost feel
Yeah.
weird in a way.
Kind of endorse
You know, like, yo, I
yourself.
remember when Tommy Lee did the Demon thing, right? And he did support it because I say expression. Yeah, man, do your thing, and dancehall always have a dark side to it, and it's a character, and it adds a flavor to the thing, and people that don't like it, them just not gonna like it. But for the people them that enjoy it, yeah, man, what they are feel. And I look at the climate that we're in now, and I know it would not work now. And that was how many years ago? 6?
Yeah.
Like
2009.
not
yeah.
that long ago. Yeah, 10, less than 10 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, an artist come out and say, "Yo, me are the demon."
Like I rebuke you, Satan.
No, but hear the judgment.
Not even that.
The younger people them don't follow this Jesus something. They make me
Yeah,
talk about
exactly.
scatter.
That's what I said. Not even that.
Scatter, big up yourself, you know, because you know, so me and Scatter not really hold no proper reasoning yet. You know. And me
could
and him
say
not
that,
sit down and really.
Could you?
Yes, from Scatter get a camera and a weed.
Yeah, man, he did it on camera, right? But what I am saying is he Scatter. Let me tell you that right now. Mr. Vegas, Scatter, Footer Hype, them are gonna be the people that people are gonna beat because them are the first one to come out the gate and say, listen, the youths them now aren't listening to or believing the stories that mom kind of
And
shaky upon
grandma.
the story, but grandma was firm in the story, right? So grandma's passing now. So now you have mom who's kind of shaky on the story, who's like, you know,
So they say.
yeah, guys, I don't really think no got
But my mother says so.
yeah. You know, but my mother says so me I go and work with it. And then now you come along and you say, man, guys, come on. This is not. Yeah.
We are that generation, no?
Right. So now somebody like a Mr. Vegas or a Skepta comes along and say, yo, so this Jesus or this white God on da-da-da and start really takes us forward with what's maybe murmuring underground. It's a murmur. We're online. You see the conscious network online growing. Where more and more African people of the diaspora are logging on to chaka bars and logging on to forbidden knowledge and logging on to the Instagram accounts and learning every day and saying, I didn't know that. Like today I learned, or the other day I post, I learned that Lacoste was Jamaican. I didn't know that. So every single Lacoste sweater and shirt, I didn't know that.
With the alligator?
Lacoste.
What?
His mother is Jamaican. He is a half black, half
And
white.
it's a French company.
Yeah, man. He's from France. His mother, I don't really know how the relationship worked, but even when you see him picture, you're going to say, John, no star, look at him. He was one of the best tennis players ever.
Yeah.
I know it was for
man.
tennis.
And he
I knew that
is
much.
a mixed race person whose mother was Jamaican. I spent hours researching this to make sure I'm in a sound stupid.
Wow.
And I would never knew that. And I was shocked. And so this is where we're at, right?
So we can support Lacoste, black businesses?
I guess.
Well, we don't know, right? We
guess.
have to do research and make sure so they're not doing a follow.
There are new owners now.
Yeah. But in the end, what I am saying is that big up to Vegas, big up to Skepta, big up to Foota Hype. Remember, I said Foota Hype did a talk about Alien one time, and people are beat him online. Beat him. And
Who
now
are our leaders?
and
We have to
now
question our leaders.
yeah, but listen though, and now we're learning every single day that there's something like 300,000 galaxies out there.
You're not alone in the
We
universe.
live in one. We live in a universe that's in a galaxy. The universe in a galaxy. The galaxy has millions of universes in it. And there's
I was going to say
tons of galaxies.
Titan. I was going to say Titan,
No,
Thanos, Thanos planet. And that means I'm going to say Titan,
And that's why you have
Thanos
to big up
planet.
Foota Hype. Can you imagine Foota Hype? I forgot you this. Foota Hype, I forgot you that.
Well, you're right. The first people are always going to be martyrs.
Use is popularity to make a difference for the people who were murmuring and him get the beating for it. And people them say, yo, Foota Hype lost his mind. He's crazy. Foota Hype ain't lose his mind, guys. Foota Hype is
Just
actually,
lose him, girl.
Foota Hype is actually on par.
That's why I can't stand
Yeah,
up
I'm deal
watching
with none of the
boy.
ad-libs. I just ignore all ad-libs. This is not Migos. There's somebody in the background. Yo.
It ain't you, not gonna be you. I
So me know, I figure them credit, because you're gonna find a lot of artists who are going to now begin to speak on these topics. They're going to begin to speak on, is Jesus real? Can you imagine that in a dancehall song that's popular in the dancehall? Whoa.
Because I was just about to say, like,
Whoa.
what content would be revolutionary
Can you
now?
imagine
What
this? I'll give you one.
content-
Here's a topic that, ready, Black woman is God.
Well, Chaos, Black Hero.
And there's been
there
a
are
lot
people
of
being
I promote that.
consciously
Songs promoting.
I'm in
Black
that
women,
movement,
women,
right?
yeah.
So look on Black Hero. Now Black Hero have an album release thing tonight. Man, follow down there. Big up Black Hero. Imagine these are artists who have a very small fan base. They might have a couple thousand followers on Instagram. If them do a show, them get a couple hundred people. What they're talking about is so completely revolutionary to what the genre has been promoting for so long. Remember, no, for our entire lives, we've looked at God as a man, and we've looked at God as a white man. If you were
White
to
beard.
ask people to draw God, they would draw a white
Jesus.
beard, a white flowy hair, and they would
White
probably
clothing.
clouds.
Yeah.
That's what they would say, and maybe the light coming down with the horse chariot.
Yeah,
That's what they
so
would say is
Yeah.
God. Jesus separate, God. That's what the image of most people, if they were forced to draw what God looked like, that's what them said God would look like. Imagine now, somebody puts forth the idea, especially in a country, and I'll include America too, where black women have been suppressed, black women have been
Demoralized,
in every way,
demean.
the society has been able to
Yeah.
bring them down and not help them elevate and grow them, nurture them, and give them their rightful place on the throne. If we want to say next to a man, if not above a man, and they've never had that, and now somebody comes along and says it in a song that you like, and you were never thinking that, it would never cross your mind. Say, yo, I wonder if me as a black woman could be God. Okay, let's do the maths. Everything kind of points to it. Original person. I don't know.
Like even all the earth is designed. I'm most a woman make the earth.
So now if you look at that and you say, what if God was a woman? And then push it further and say, what if God was a black woman? You've really alienated a lot of other people who, one, don't want to hear that. Two, are offended by that because of what they believe in. But that current, that stream,
There's a whole continent of black women would love it.
right, that stream is going to grow.
Yeah.
Because if you're in Jamaica and somebody tell you, say, yo, say your skin not good enough, bleach. And somebody say, yo, your hair not good enough. And them say, yo, your skin not good enough, put makeup all over it. And them say all kind of thing to you every single day. And them really make you feel like, I need to do certain things to step out the house. No, you look good. and everyone out there looks good. However you do, whatever you do you. But I know that that's a real thing. I know that I've spoken personally to many African women who have gone through a complex moment where them say, boy, my eye them no green. And this and that and blah, blah, blah.
You
know what?
Yeah, my hair no curly and...
A black superheroine movie.
Yeah.
A black
You
See,
see
here's
it
the
in
thing.
films.
movie. Yes. You have
but
to
here's
see
the thing,
first like
right?
a black pant, like a
So here's
black
the thing,
woman
right?
who is a superhero and have to be it.
Right. So here's the thing, right? You speak it, the universe brings it. It's just that simple. You've now said it. Everyone hears it. The universe will bring that. It'll probably be a character from Wakanda, from the Black Panther movie, who spurs her own TV or movie series that is a hit.
Because the conversation now is where's the female-led superheroes? You're getting that.
Yeah,
it
man.
soon shift to
Wonder Woman.
where's the black
man.
woman superhero movie?
Yeah, man. So
it's weird.
to stay on topic, we definitely see that the topics in dancehall are changing. So if the topics in dancehall are changing, the artists are no longer doing traditional sounding reggae and dancehall. All of this to me is one big pot that says very soon, all of the artists that we've mentioned are going to forge a new movement, and that new movement will have its own name, it will have its own sound, it'll have new topics, it'll have its own culture gathered around it. Not saying reggae will go anywhere, dancehall not go nowhere.
It's a new
But there will be
genre that
something-
exists within the space.
Correct, because as Caribbean people, as Africans, as Jamaicans, that's what we do. Create. We create, we create, we create, we create, we create. Then someone takes
I'm profit.
and
Exploit.
story go like
Exploit,
that.
yeah.
But we create, we create, we create. So that's what I think is going to happen soon.